Hey, welcome to Danny Designs. I'm Danny, level 100, and today I want to talk to you about my idea for the Overwatch Archives event, Battle for Busan. Overwatch Archives is a seasonal event taking place in April. These events are a PvE game mode where players participate in a mission based on moments from Overwatch lore. The last two events, Uprising and Retribution, were very well received. And the idea I want to propose, Battle for Busan, would not only allow 4 players but 5 players in a PvE game mode, where the players will have to defend Busan from an Omnic invasion. Players will take on the role of D.va and the members of her Meka squad. Each pilot's mech features their own unique abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. The game mode will be played over the course of the 3 Busan maps currently in the game. However, these maps will be altered and reworked slightly for the mode. This mode will feature a couple of returning Omnic enemies, as well as a few new Omnics for the players to deal with. If a player's mech loses all of its health, they will be ejected from it and be forced to continue the fight on foot. While on foot, they have 150 HP and are equipped with a blaster pistol. By building up enough energy, or having a teammate come over and repair their mech, they will be able to re-enter the mech and continue the fight. If they lose all their health while in pilot mode, they will become incapacitated and require a teammate to revive them. Let's talk about the new characters available in this mode. First up, we got Sung Hwa Shi, codename Overlord, mech name Mastermind. His mech is a blue VTOL support unit. With health of 200, armor of 100, and shield of 200, Overlord is the medic of the squad. Because Overlord is a VTOL unit, he doesn't have feet, which means his mech hovers above the ground. That also means he can hover vertically above the battlefield to get a better vantage point and keep an eye on his allies. His primary attack is a chin-mounted laser minigun that does moderate damage and is accurate from close to mid-range. For his first ability, he has 2 repair drones. He can send out these repair drones to repair his teammates' mechs or heal them. His second ability is 2 attack drones. The attack drones will hover around their target, doing light damage over time until they are called back, sent to a new target, or destroy the target they're currently attacking. Overlord's third ability is the Shield Charge. This ability creates a shield around Overlord and allows him to fly to a nearby teammate. When Overlord is in flight towards their ally, he generates a shield around himself that will protect them from all damage. Any damage that hits that shield is converted into energy, which supercharges his weapons and abilities for a short period of time. His ultimate is known as Shield Absorber. It creates a large barrier around all of his allies, absorbing all damage and turning it into energy, supercharging their weapons and protecting them from damage for a short period of time. Next up, we have Jaeun Kwan, codename Casino, mech name La Princesse Serene. This mech is the highly mobile DPS of the squad. With health of 300 and armor of 150, it makes up for its lack of armor by being the fastest mech in the squad. Its primary attack is a burst fire laser gun. His first ability is similar to Genji's Swift Strike ability. The mech will dash forward, slicing his opponent with a hidden laser blade from the mech. His second ability is a Big Blade. He charges up both of his cannons and fires a large crescent-shaped blade horizontally that can strike multiple targets and penetrate shields. His third ability is the F1 Nitro. For a short period of time, the mech gets a massive speed increase, greatly increasing his mobility, fire rate, etc. Casino's ultimate is called Blade Storm. Once activated, the mech unveils 2 large energy blades from its back, and every time the player presses the primary fire button, the mech will slash and dash forward, causing massive damage. And while the ultimate's activated, the mech's speed and agility is greatly increased. Next up, we have Unili, codename D.mon, mech name Beast. Beast is a large red bipedal mech that functions as the tank of the squad. With health of 600 and armor of 300, Beast is ready to tackle any challenge in its way. Unlike the other mechs in this squad, Beast is primarily a melee fighter. It attacks primarily using its fists. Beast also has a passive ability. With every enemy destroyed, it gains a small amount of shielding for a maximum of 300 shields. It can also open up a small shield on its right arm to block incoming attacks. Its first ability is a Jump Pack, which launches the mech into the air, and when it comes crashing down, it creates a large shockwave that can damage and stun. Its second ability is a Mega Punch. The mech charges up a powerful punch that creates a short shockwave. A direct hit on an enemy does massive damage and can knock them back into other enemies for additional damage. The third ability is a short-range tackle. The mech will quickly ram its shoulder into an enemy and stun them briefly or knock back smaller enemies. This mech's ultimate is called Beast Mode. When Beast Mode is initiated, armor and health max out and speed increases slightly. Its offensive abilities have also been amped up, and while in Beast Mode, the mech takes 30% reduced damage. Next up, we have the pilot Kyung-soo Han, codename King, mech name Seongji-on, and his mech is a yellow DPS unit with a health and armor of 300. This is a well-rounded mech for anyone to start off with. His primary attack are dual pulse machine guns, which are hit scan, and his first ability is a mine launcher. He fires a mine that detonates when enemies walk within range. Second ability is a lock-on feature. The lock-on ability allows this mech to quickly launch 4 homing missiles that can lock onto up to 4 targets. Third ability is a recon dart. The mech fires a dart that highlights enemies within a small radius. Any enemies within that radius take an additional 20% damage. His ultimate is the all-out assault. The mech hovers into the sky and does a full 360-degree spin, locking onto targets as it fires all of its weapons at once. This ultimate is a bit of a combination of Pharah and Soldier 76. And last but not least, he is Hana Song, codename D.va, mech name Toki. Her mech is a pink bipedal off-tank, with health of 400 and armor of 200. She plays exactly like she does normally, except her ultimate is different. Why, you may ask? Because she doesn't learn to use the self-destruct feature until after the events of Shooting Star. Therefore, her ultimate in this is called Enter the Matrix. D.va's mech creates a large dome of defense matrix, protecting anybody inside that dome. And just like Defense Matrix normally does, destroys or negates any incoming projectiles for a short period of time. Now that we know who we get to play as, it's time to talk about the first mission. The mission starts out with a cutscene. The Mecha Squad is relaxing on their downtime when suddenly the base's security detects a large Omnic presence heading towards Busan. Before the squad can get to their mechs, the base is under attack. At this point, players take control of the pilots and must fight their way from the dorms up into the hangar. The Omnic troopers have disabled the power in the mech's hangar bay, and the players must defeat the Omnics and restore power so they can enter the mech bay. Once power has been restored, players will drop down into the mech bay and each pilot will enter their respective mech. Once every pilot has entered their mech, players must clear the base of any remaining Omnic threats. After clearing out all the enemies in the base, the players will be introduced to the Squid Omnic from the Shooting Star short. This enemy is fast, and as it flies around, it fires its machine gun, and will occasionally drop explosive mines that damage a player's mechs. It also has a secondary attack where it fires a barrage of highly damaging missiles. After a short battle, the players defeat the Squid Omnic, and another cutscene plays. The squad flies out of the mecha base, heading over to Busan to intercept a large Omnic threat. Mission 2 starts with a cutscene. The Mecha Squad is flying in the night sky on its way to downtown Busan, where the military is dealing with the ongoing attack. However, on the way there, the squad spots a festival at a temple, and it's under attack. Many civilians are in danger. The squad decides to make a quick detour. In this level, we will introduce a new mechanic, rescuing hostages. Hostages will simply be civilian NPCs that are cowering in fear. To rescue them, the player just needs to walk up to them, and they will run to safety. The first objective here will be to eliminate all the Omnics in the area and rescue civilians. If the player is too slow at eliminating the Omnics and rescuing the hostages, they will fail the mission. After all the civilians have been rescued, a large octopus Omnic will come out of the sea. This Omnic is a large armored bomb and will walk towards the center of the temple to attach itself to the drum. If it's not destroyed in time, it will detonate and the mission will fail. After that Omnic is destroyed, 3 more octopus Omnics will arrive at the temple. However, this time, they won't be alone. They will be guarded by 3 Squid Omnics and a round of basic troopers. After all 3 of the octopus Omnics have been destroyed, the players will make their way to downtown Busan to assist the military. Map 3 is downtown Busan. The level begins with another cutscene. The squad descends into the city streets, where the mecha soldiers on the ground quickly fill them in on the situation. In the center of downtown Busan, there is a military truck full of civilians trying to get out. However, there's heavy resistance and Omnics are pouring in from all sides. Players will have to fight their way down there and escort the truck to safety. Along the path of the payload, the players may find civilians in need of rescue. If they rescue them, they will hop aboard the payload, and the player will earn extra points for saving more people. However, players will have to keep an eye on the payload. If it takes too much damage, it will be destroyed, and it will be game over for the players. Once the civilians have been safely escorted out of the map, another cutscene will play. The giant Omnic is finally revealed, the Titan. The Meka squad needs to quickly fly out over the ocean and destroy it before it can use its devastating arsenal against the city. Another short cutscene plays as the Meka squadron heads out to the ocean to fight the giant bipedal Omnic. As they approach the Titan, the players spot a hangar bay where enemy Omnics are being deployed. The players land inside the Titan and the cutscene ends. From here on out, the players will have to fend off waves of incoming Omnics and make their way down to the core of the Titan. However, at this point, the player can no longer proceed any further as their mechs are too big, which means 1 to 2 players will have to leave their mech behind to get inside the corridor that leads to the power core. The other players will have to protect the corridor and prevent any Omnics from entering. Once the core has been destroyed, players will have to work their way out of the mech and fly away. The Titan topples over and blows up, falling into the sea. Casino, Demon, Overlord, and King's mechs are damaged in the explosion. D.va and her mech are able to make it out with minimal damage. The city has been saved, and the Meka squad is praised for their heroic actions. And that's my idea for Battle for Busan, and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. If you have any comments or criticisms or anything, feel free to leave a comment down below. I read through all of them and I try to reply to every single person. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend hatenaman for assisting me with some of the Photoshop edits and video assets. Follow him on Instagram at Andrew_hatenaman. He's a talented artist, make sure to give him a follow. Also, while researching this video, I found an awesome fan-made Busan map by an artist known as Joshua Lorente. I will make sure to leave a link to the article and original video down below in the description. And if you like the video, please give it a like, a thumbs up. You can check me out on social media. If you want to help support the show, you can check out my Teespring store or go to DanielLevel100.com, click on the Amazon ads, and buy whatever you want. By shopping through these ads, I make a small cut of whatever you buy. It's a fantastic and easy way to help support the show. And links to everything will be in the description, all my sources and articles, links down below. And I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. I'm DanielLevel100, and I'll catch you later. Take care. Goodbye.